Good morning, YouTube. It is 2:45. Couldn't sleep. I'm so excited about today. It's Saturday. Got my boy coming over. He's excited about what's gonna happen today too. It's gonna be a really good video. I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride. We're buying something for summer I've never had before. It's gonna be sick. I'm just making a quick bagel. We're gonna hop on the highway. Got about a 9.5 hour drive ahead of me. It's gonna be a long day. We're gonna try and do it all in one day. Probably be home around midnight if everything goes well. So hopefully it's not a waste of time and everything works out. I am pumped. Can't wait for you guys to see this. Let's get it.
Sorry I didn't film a little bit more on my first impressions there, just pulling up, but I wanted to respect the previous owner's privacy, and I'm a little bit old school that way too. I don't like filming other people. Somebody else has got the same idea. Fuel prices are going to be the death of me. Long day, home sweet home.
Oh, we arrived safe at home. It's about a 20-hour day. We put on 1,600 kilometers. So I'm exhausted. I'm off to bed. I'll give you guys a good look at the boat in the morning.
So it's finally the next morning. I'm all rested up. It was an extremely long day. Check this out, guys. So we went just over 1,600 kilometers in one day. Burnt 190 liters of fuel. Good thing this truck gets wicked fuel mileage because fuel prices are kind of through the roof right now. But I am pretty happy with that. And it's a beautiful day out. I'm really excited to show you guys around this boat. This is it, guys. Finally got her home. Nice sunny day today. I'm sorry I didn't get more footage of actually picking it up. It was a really long day. The roads were horrible on the way home. You probably couldn't tell in the video, but some of the snow drifts were so bad. It was pretty much one lane traffic without any warning. And we were just pushing really hard to get home. We saw probably 20 deer, a couple elk, a fox, a coyote, like we saw everything. And I found out really quick that the trailer brakes don't work. So we were driving really cautious, trying to get a majority of the trip done before sunset. But enough about the trip, let's actually check out this boat. So it is a 2004 Centurion Elite V Air Warrior. Quite a handful of a name there. I hope it performs just like the name. It's a pretty big jump up from my last boat, which was a 2001 Larson. It only had the 3-liter Mercruiser in it, so 135 horse, something like that. And it was a 17.5 foot, so pretty small, underpowered boat, but really got us interested in wakeboarding. Just a quick picture of our old boat there. It was literally the perfect first boat. Never had a single issue with it. A lot of good memories in this boat. Really sad to see it go, but on to bigger and better things here. I was lucky enough to try a surf boat last year and just got hooked. So I had to find a surf boat. And we got really lucky with this one. It's the original owner. It's got low hours. It's got 315 hours, I believe. So really lucky that way, and got a pretty good price on it, I think. It's got the 350 mag Mercruiser. It's a 21.5 foot. It's got 3 hard ballast tanks, 1 center, 2 rear lockers. He tossed in a fat sack and some extra surf stuff, so it's pretty much ready to go. It's got the bimini. My last one didn't have a bimini, and we pretty much burnt every day on the lake. I think it was horrible. So really excited to try that bimini out. And just the entire boat in general is better quality all the way around. It's got the swim platform. I was really bummed out. I thought it had a surf tab at the back too. Definitely not a surf tab. There's no hydraulic ram on it, and it's kind of silicone there. It's just a flat tab, doesn't move at all, no hinge, no nothing. So I was kind of bummed out. I thought maybe you could manually adjust it, but no, it doesn't move at all, so that's a bummer. But this is my first surf boat. Do those surf tabs really make a big difference? Like, it's a pretty small tab compared to a lot of the modern surf boats. Are these first gen systems really worth upgrading to a hydraulic ram if I wanted to put it on there? Let me know in the comments. So those are your water intakes for the 3 different hard ballast tanks. This teak wood swim platform is definitely starting to show its age. I think you have to re-coat these pretty much every year. I really wish it was a fiberglass swim platform, but maybe that'll be something we upgrade in the future. Let's hop up there and take a better look at the interior. So I'm really impressed with the interior. The original owners kept it in really good shape. There's only a couple small nicks, kind of from folding the tower there. Another small nick here, but other than that, the interior is pretty much mint, and it doesn't really have any sun fade, nothing like that. Awesome stereo up top, 4 big tower speakers. You got a cooler or live well in the center there. Big sub under here, kind of tucked away. So that's awesome, hits hard. Already tried it out. A couple of the gauges don't work. The mile per hour gauge doesn't work, and the fuel gauge doesn't work, so maybe just a level sensor. I got one on order, see if that fixes it. If any of you guys know what this knob does, definitely let me know in the comments. The original owner didn't even know, and I've seen these on other Centurion boats, and so it's a factory knob by the looks of it, and no idea what it does. Maybe I'll figure it out once I get out in the water, but as of right now, I am clueless. It's got a nice heater. My last boat didn't have that either. 3-stage heater, and it's got the cruise control, everything like that, of course. This cooler isn't that big, but it's nice. Drains into the hull, nice and easy. Got the windbreak here. My last boat didn't have that either, so a lot of upgrades on this boat. Nothing too fancy up front. A couple cup holders on each side. Nice little view of the cockpit here. The only thing I don't like about the captain's chair is it doesn't swivel and it's not a bolstered seat. So it's kind of just slides forwards and back and pretty basic other than that. That might be a piece I upgrade down the line as well, but we'll see. 350 meg. These struts are a little lazy. I have to replace those. Hatch doesn't stay up on its own. Just a lot of little things. Boat's starting to show its age a little bit. Nothing fancy in the side, just hard tanks. And this side has the ballast bag and pump. Knapsack there, I mean. A lot of little things like the guides there are cracked for guiding you onto the trailer. But I think you can just get some extra PVC pipe there and slide some new tubes on there. Nothing big. Looking under the flip seat here, we got 3 amps. So I think we got 1 for the sub, 1 for the tower speakers, and maybe 1 for all the interior speakers here. So at first, the stereo didn't work at all. I found a blown fuse. I replaced the fuse and now pretty much all the speakers work. Just 2 of the tower speakers, a couple of kicker tower speakers there aren't working. So maybe a couple bad speakers or I missed a fuse somewhere else. I'll be checking out all the other amps there. So I'm not really worried about the mile per hour gauge because I think the cruise control displays it with GPS. So you don't really need the boat input speed sensor there. I'm really excited to see this multi-function gauge because it has air temp and water temp. 2 things my last boat didn't have, so that's a really nice feature. I already pulled that level sensor out of the floor just to ohm it out, and it doesn't read anything through a full range of motion. So nice easy fix there, just toss the level sensor in it and should be good to go. I am a little bit bummed out. It only has the 1 surfboard insert. These other ones are kind of small, just for wakeboards. So I do have 2 surfboards, kind of a big beginner board and then a small carbon skimmer. So I might need to get another board rack there that fits 2 surfboards. Yeah, just look at this thing, guys. The trailer also needs tires, so there is that. Yeah, hopefully get some good footage on the water this year. It's gonna be sick. Just close up of the tires, they're kind of scrubbed on the outer edges. Little nick in one of the rims there, but I'll try and straighten that out when I do the tires. I found tires for 60 bucks and they were just down the street from me, so I kind of lucked out there. I still think it's crazy how low these rear bars hang down. Like trying to back it in my driveway, pretty much scrapes on every driveway or gas station you're entering or leaving. It's crazy. You almost need bigger tires on it or something, get a little more clearance. One other thing that kind of sucks, you can kind of see the water line on the bottom of the boat. And the owner had it freshly polished and detailed before I picked it up. They had a lake house, so probably spent a good amount of time on the water. I'm not sure if you can see that in the video, but if you guys have any tricks to get these water lines off, definitely let me know in the comments because it's kind of an eyesore, but older boat, I guess it's to be expected. Yeah, I tried to give it a little polish myself already, and it might just be a permanent line on the boat now, so is what it is. You won't notice it when it's in the water, but yeah, let me know if you guys have any tricks or maybe a specific polish that would be good for something like that. I'm new to the boat world, so I've only been boating 1 year. So we got the boat on the weigh scale here. I was curious to see what it would weigh. Pretty much the whole trailer, axle on the scale, just no tongue weight, obviously. That's what we're sitting at, 2170, and that's in kilograms. Yeah, funny story. I thought this boat was gonna weigh a ton because it felt super heavy pulling it back. But I realized all the tires were at about 15 pounds, so really underinflated, and they were probably dragging the whole way. So a lot of extra load for no reason. Good thing those tires are scrap anyway. And we'll be tossing those ones, putting on my fresh set soon. Hopefully the boat tows a little nicer with airs and proper tire pressure. Well, that wraps up the video. Like always, thanks for watching. And we got some big things coming for next season. I've got a GoPro 360 and some really cool ideas for some new videos on the boat, so stay tuned.